Sloopy-doo-boo. All right, let's just get rid of that there. A little bit slow on the uptake today. So let me do this. Boom, boom. Oh, there I am. Greetings, everyone. Let's do this. Oh, there it is. Greetings, everyone. BJ Waller with you for day 56 of 100 Days of Gaming, where we are playing 100 different games, streaming for at least 1 hour every single day for 100 consecutive days, all leading up to our 25-hour gaming marathon, which will begin on Friday, November 1st, 2019 at 4 o'clock. That's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Eastern Time. 45 days from now, 45 days and 34 minutes from now, we will begin that 25-hour plus gaming marathon. Today, what we got for you today, obviously King's Quest 6, continuing our King's Quest mini-series, playing through King's Quest 3 through 7 this week, since we did 1 and 2 for 100 days last year, 100 days 2018. But yes, everything we do here is, for Extra Life anyway, is to raise money for the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. 100% every single penny that we raise goes directly to helping sick kids get better. We've got $200 in of our initial step goal of $250. The ultimate goal this year is $1,000. Now you can help us out by making a donation. You can donate safely, securely, and anonymously if you so desire. All you have to do is click one of those big old Extra Life banners down below the live stream window, or check the video description. We have a link to our Extra Life participant page in the video description. Click on that. Obviously, it'll take you to that page. You can find out a little bit about our Extra Life efforts. You can even see our Real Millennium Group Extra Life channel embedded right there on the participant page, so you can watch the channel anytime we have a replay or are live, like we are right now. You can be watching us right from our participant page right now. And you can also find out what you can earn from making donations. That's right, we're giving away some merchandise. Real Millennium Group RMG Gaming themed merchandise, plus some artwork and that kind of stuff, depending on how much you donate all together for 2019. So whether it's one donation or several donations throughout the year, whatever your total amount is that you have donated in 2019 will determine the prizes you can unlock and receive for being a real life hero for the kids of the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia at the end of the day. Because again, every single penny that we raise goes, every single penny that is donated, that thusly that we raise, goes to the hospital, goes to helping sick kids get better. So it even takes just $1 at a time can really make a difference. If we get just $1 for each of these 100 days of gaming videos, that puts us at $300. We can bump up that step goal to the next level, well on our way to the ultimate goal of $1,000. Now this is our 4th year of doing 100 days of gaming. That means there's, well, not quite 400, because the first 2 years we actually repeated quite a few games, but last year and this year, they were 100 completely different games. So there's 200 games right there. And on top of that, games that we haven't played in the previous years. So 200 games right off the bat there. Add in probably about another 60, 120, figure 60 original games in the first 2 years. That's 120. So figure 520 games. Or 320, 200, 120 is 320. I'm losing my mind. 320 games we have played over the last 4 years here, or thereabouts. I'll have to look. I'll have to come up with the exact figure. But if we can get just $1 for each of those, that's $320 right there. That puts us at $520. If we can get just $1 for each of these 100 days of gaming videos, if everybody watching this, however many people it is, can, $1 per video, $2 per video, whatever it is that you can donate, $5 per video, we can come up with $320 for all 4 years of 100 days of gaming for each original game that we have played. That would be awesome stuff. And again, it would all go to help sick kids get better at the end of the day. Donate safely, securely, and anonymously. Again, your donation is tax deductible. And you're helping sick kids get better. You're saving their lives at the end of the day. And you're helping to support gaming for a cause. Make the gaming community look a little bit better too. Anyway, let's get cracking here. King's Quest 6, so the penultimate game in the series. So let's play. Let us play and get cracking, get rocking and rolling here. Hello. So where are we here? Where are we here? Let's take a look at where we're
Broken pieces of Alexander's ship litter the beach. Alexander is standing on a beach littered with debris from his shipwreck. A path leads north into the lush green island. An occasional breeze rustles the nearby foliage.
Let's see what our options are here. Volume, speed, speech, text, speech, save. Alright, let's see. I mean, the music played. Oh, cancel. Don't need to see that.
The ocean appears calm, but there's a dimpling pattern to the surface which indicates an undertow. The ocean appears calm, but there's a dimpling pattern to the surface which indicates an undertow.
Some speech, something going on here. Let's go text. Let's see if we can do text. Lush green plants. Yeah, so it looks like the speech. The words aren't working. The ocean appears calm, but there's a dimpling pattern to the surface which indicates an undertow. Okay. Alexander searches for a way to reach the black-haired girl whose memory will not escape him. The island's covered with lush green plants. Remains of Alexander's sailing ship lie dashed upon the distant shore. Okay, you know what? We probably should have played the opening scenario. The sky does not respond. Currents continue, but they do not reply to Alexander. Well, let me let's find out what the story is. Restart. Yes. Yeah, for some reason, you know why? Say my headphones are muted. That's why I can't hear anything. My headphones are muted. There's the sound. Everybody out there is thinking I'm going crazy because I don't hear anything. Oh my God. All right, let's see what the opening has to say here. Oh my God. I love these new cans I got here, this new headset. But this thing is a pain in the butt because I'm constantly hitting the buttons and muting either my mic or my headphones and not realizing it. Long ago in the castle of a kingdom called Daventry.
Alexander, here you are. Oh, you're still not thinking about Cosima, are you?
I suppose I am.
Son, it's been months. You've got to pull yourself together. After all, you only met her that once.
I know.
Have you discovered anything about the land of the Green Isles?
No. No one's even heard of it. It's like she's just vanished.
I wish I could help. Please try to think about something else, dear.
I'll try, Mother.
Despite the family's concern, Alexander remains tormented by thoughts of Cosima. So this focuses on Alexander, aka Gwydion, who appeared in the third game of the series. And we played him in the third game, escaping the evil wizard. So it focuses on King Graham in 1, 2, and 5. Alexander the son in 3. And what is it? Rosella, the daughter, in the 4th game. So now we're back to Alexander in the 6th game.
Alexander, I feel so alone. I don't know what to do. Alexander, I wish you were here.
Cosima, wait! Mother! Mother, come quick!
Alexander, what on earth? You're white as a ghost.
Mother, I saw Cosima. She was in the mirror.
In the mirror? The magic mirror?
Yes! And it showed me how to find her.
How?
The stars! I saw the stars outside her window. I can navigate by the stars.
Oh, Alexander, if you really go...
It will be all right, Mother. I promise.
Three long months, Prince Alexander sailed the known seas and beyond. Gonna navigate by the
Land ho!
stars. How are you sailing
Land ho!
during the day?
Land ho!
That's my question. Hours pass. Seems like him sailing in the cinematic is taking hours. The ship nears the shore, day turns to night, and the sea turns violent. Yet we can still see the moon. So it's not a storm, apparently. Oh, no. All right. All right, so now we know the backstory. Okay, good. All right, now let's play. Actually, although we, I can do the options once we get in here. Okay. Yes, now I can hear sound. Oh, thank God I can hear sound. All right, let's go ahead and do speech. All right, speech. So let's see what we got here.
The remains of Alexander's sailing ship lie dashed upon the distant shore. The ocean appears calm, but there's a dimpling pattern to the surface which indicates an undertow. The island is covered with lush green plants. Rocks abound on this lush volcanic isle. Alexander searches for a way to reach the black-haired girl whose memory will not escape him.
Okay. Let's get cracking then. Oh, hello.
The sky is sunny and clear. A few white clouds accent the bright blue.
Okay. Let's see. All right, let's go this way.
A grand old tree stretches its luxurious limbs out over the crossroads. Rocks abound on this lush volcanic isle. To the left, a small village seems to invite the weary traveler. In the distance, a majestic castle shines in the sun.
Well, I guess maybe we should go to the town first.
The path splits here, forming a crossroads. One branch heads northeast towards a distant castle, and one leads northwest into a small village.
All right, let's go to the village.
Alexander is standing on a sunny village street. There are open shops to his right, a hard-packed path beneath his feet, and palm trees waving over his head. To the north, a key-shaped arch leads to another part of the village.
Hey, Taz, how's it going?
A wooden door leads to the pawn shop interior. A wooden door leads to the bookshop interior.
Oh, hello. Hold on.
There's a battered wicker chest in front of a shop. Alexander is standing on a sunny village street. Alexander is standing on a sunny village street.
Okay.
There are open shops to his right.
Okay, gotcha.
An old beggar is peddling his wares in
Getting
the village.
tired? Yeah,
He
I know
offers
what
a
I know what
variety
you
of
mean.
lamps, all neatly
And closing
lined
up
on
in
a long pole.
Farming Simulator for today too. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Old lamps for new.
Nice.
Old lamps for new.
Yeah, I might try to get into some farming simulator tonight if I can. I still gotta try to make up my World of Warcraft stream from Sunday because I ended up not doing it last night either. So I just ran out of energy.
Old lamps for new.
Okay, shut up.
Old lamps for new.
Let's go over here first.
The villagers bustle about their chores. They seem a busy, if somewhat subdued lot. A large round pot is one of the pottery pieces on display outside the shops.
Okay. Come on.
Old lamps for new.
Shut up.
Old lamps.
Shut up. See if we got anything in here.
Alexander feels his pockets carefully to make sure he hasn't lost anything. Alexander examines the large pot. It's currently empty, but a few scraps in the bottom indicate that it is used as a dump site on occasion. The battered chest does not interest Alexander. It's probably full of plain earthenware.
Really?
Alexander isn't interested in the gourd-shaped jugs. Alexander is not in the market for pottery just now in his life.
Really? I'm gonna make him in the market for pottery. Get over here. Open the damn chest.
The battered chest does not interest Alexander. It's probably full of plain earthenware.
Alright, never mind then. Let's go over and talk to this
Old
guy.
lamps for new.
Go over and talk to this guy.
The old man, like most peddlers, is not interested in Alexander's empty hand.
Really?
Good day, peddler.
Good day, sir. If you would like to get one of my fine new lamps, I'll need an old lamp in trade.
Isn't it a rather bad business? Taking old lamps and giving new lamps in exchange?
Well, there's always a chance that I'll find a genie. If I had a genie, I'd be richer than a king. Besides, there's always a roaring business in antique luminaries.
The pants are too worn out to speak.
Hello? Is anyone here?
No one answers Alexander's shouted greeting. Perhaps he should find someone specific to talk to.
Well, I was gonna try to talk to that guy, but he disappeared.
Old lamps for...
Oh, shut up.
Old lamps for new. Old lamps.
Why does he not want to go inside?
The woman seems preoccupied with her chores and doesn't notice Alexander.
Hello?
No one
Oh. Hello?
No one answers.
Hold up. Alright, let's, maybe I gotta click on the door. Oh, here we go. Okay. There we go.
Good day. The pawn shop is a dimly lit place with a slightly musty smell. Curiosities litter every corner and every shelf. For sale are articles that range from the bizarre to the commonplace, from the priceless to the practical. The land of the Green Isles must have at least one inhabitant with interest in the mystical, for a crystal ball has been traded in along with the more common household goods. Towering mightily over the other pawn shop curiosities, the stuffed bear makes an ostentatious display. A tall skeleton lends an air of mystery to the shop. An old suit of armor stands in the pawn shop. It looks like a vigilant guard against thieves and carpet salesmen, even though it is headless. The back wall of the shop holds various odds and ends. For example, a hull hole detector for finding those hard-to-spot holes in small sailboats. An elegant little glass dish decorates the countertop. The dish is full of green mints offered for the enjoyment of the customer.
Really? Okay.
The pawn shop's counter is made of a sturdy teak. The wood is well worn by eager hands and well oiled by the shop's faithful keeper. Alexander takes a mint. Alexander already has a mint. He'd prefer to leave some for the other customers.
Really? Okay.
Good day, merchant. Can you tell me what land this is?
By the moon's light, what a question! You must have been out too long in the sun, or perhaps knocked your head upon a rock.
No. Well, perhaps. I was in a shipwreck, you see. My crew and I were trying to reach the land of the Green Isles. I think, well, at least I hope, my men got away safely in the lifeboats. But I myself appear to be rather stuck here.
Ah, I see. You must pardon my incredulity, but it has been so long since we have had a foreign visitor. You wrecked your ship, young traveler, due to the currents and reefs around the islands. If your crew was wise enough to steer clear of the isles and head home, they should be fine. In any case, you have met your objective, however bumpy the journey.
You mean, this is the land of the Green Isles? Oh, thank the heavens! I had followed the stars, you see, and I thought I was close, but...
The stars? You must be quite a sailor. But what is the purpose of your visit?
I come for... Well, I mean, I hope to see... I met some time ago.
Say no more. You are smitten with a maiden, are you not? What other than love could so confuse a man's tongue?
I'm afraid so. It is Princess Cassima.
By the desert sands, when you fall in love, you do not mess around, do you?
Is she here?
This is the Isle of the Crown, young man. The castle of the Crown stands on the hill. If it is Cassima you seek, that is where to look.
The Castle of the Crown.
Aha.
Thank you, merchant.
And good luck to you, lad. You shall need it.
Excellent. All right.
Alexander will know his future soon enough if he just keeps on with his adventure. It wouldn't be fair to Peak.
Really? I just wanted to take the damn thing.
Hello. I will be right up. Now, what can I do for you?
There's a small table near the door that bears a sign. The sign has undergone a number of changes. It once read 10 pence, but that was crossed out and replaced with 5 pence, then 1 pence, then free. The sign currently reads, "Take one, please." It looks like the bookshop owner really wants to get rid of that book.
Let's pick it up then.
Alexander picks up the book from the small table.
Oh, yes, please, take that book. You have my most humble thanks for doing so, good sir.
Really? Thanks.
Alexander is standing in a cozy little shop. Books of every size and shape line the walls. A crackling fire in the fireplace completes the tranquil scene. Volumes of poetry are on display on this bookshelf. These shelves hold a collection of oddly titled guidebooks. Alexander notices such books as How to Become King with Little or No Rupees Down, Finding the Right Girl with the Right Dowry, and Why Good Princesses Like Bad Wizards. An old man occasionally steals sidelong glances at Alexander from under a concealing hood. These shelves hold a selection of cookbooks. A collection of children's books fill those shelves. These shelves hold a selection of cookbooks. Alexander isn't interested in the cookbooks on that shelf. He's had an aversion to cooking ever since he experimented with a certain cookie recipe involving cat hair and fish oil.
Ew.
Right now, Alexander is too involved with the journey he's on to take time to read about the journeys of others.
Good day, sir.
The mysterious old man just ignores Alexander.
Well then.
Alexander is not interested in those self-help books. Thinking of Cosima, Alexander decides to leaf through one of the volumes of love poetry. He reads, "Thy hair, thy lips, thy beauteous face, and all thy studied female grace have won for thee anon a place within this broken breast." Not bad. And another. "Upon the shore the lilies bend, untouched by worldly care, where shadow they her earthly bed, oh, that she were not there." Yikes. And another. "What was it when I looked at you? What power has chained me through and through, and binds my heart with links so tight, I cannot live without the sight of you? What nameless thing has captured me, and made me powerless to flee? What thing is it without a name, that brings my mind e'er back the same to thee? The name of love cannot apply. Its commonness does not decry the haunted, hunted, painful cry that my heart makes for you, that e'er my soul eternal makes for you."
A little close to home, that one.
Alexander returns the love poem book to the shelf.
Uh-oh.
Alexander picks up the fallen page. It's the love poem he particularly liked. It must have fallen out of the poetry book.
You think?
I see that old volume has lost another page. You may keep it if you like, sir. I have glued the stubborn thing back in place 2 times already.
I do rather like it. Thank you, merchant. Good day, sir. I'm a stranger in this land. What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
That is quite a question, young man. Who are you, and what would you have me tell you?
My name is Alexander. I know I'm on the Isle of the Crown, but I'd like to know whatever you can tell me about this island, and if there are other islands nearby.
You are indeed a stranger. Anxious is the man who knows not the customs of the land beneath his feet. This island is called the Isle of the Crown, because the royal family's castle is here. Besides the castle, we also have this village, and the docks over to the west. There are at least 3 other islands: the Isle of the Sacred Mountain, the Isle of the Beast, and the Isle of Wonder.
At least 3? Does no one know for certain?
This is no ordinary land, Alexander. The land of the Green Isles has always been a place of vague boundaries, as if islands come and go. Legend speaks of a 4th island, an isle shrouded in mists. I myself have never seen it. Then, too, the land of the Green Isles is said to exist on the boundaries of this world and the next. Even darker places are reputed to be closer here than anywhere else in the world.
That's quite a claim.
Claim, yes, but probably just local superstition. We who live here on the Isle of the Crown, at least, sleep well enough at night.
Those first 3 islands you mentioned, how might I learn more about them?
Ideally, a young man seeking such knowledge would travel to their shores and learn about them firsthand. Meeting the leaders of each place would be helpful, naturally. Unfortunately, the ferry no longer runs between the islands. There has been much political unrest, and it has been too dangerous to travel for years. Perhaps the ferryman can tell you more. He has little enough to do these days. And if you haven't been there already, you might seek an audience at the castle.
Thank you kindly, merchant, for all your good advice.
Ah, but advice is free, Alexander. Making use of it costs much more.
Indeed.
How much for that book on the counter, merchant?
It is a fine book, is it not? I obtained it from the estate of the one and only magician this kingdom has ever had. Poofed himself into an aardvark in the end, or so I heard. I never found the spells all that useful myself, but then I lead a boring life. I tell you what, if you can find another rare book, something a bit more marketable, I might be willing to exchange the spelled book for it.
Of course you would.
Alexander rests his feet for a moment. Alexander picks up and leafs idly through a book called The Changing Role of Court Entertainers Through the Ages. Well, that was refreshing. Alexander rests his feet for a moment. Alexander picks up and leafs idly through a book called The Changing Role of Court Entertainers Through the Ages. Well, that was refreshing. Alexander sees nothing of interest there.
Really? Okay, time to go then. Oh, that's right. I gotta click on the door. There we go. Yeah, I thought I missed something there.
Alexander's royal insignia ring lies abandoned on the sand. It must have slipped from his finger during the shipwreck. Fortunately, it was not lost in the sea.
Yeah, lucky us, eh?
The beach is covered with a fine-grained white sand. A long plank lies on the beach. No doubt it once belonged to Alexander's ship.
No doubt.
Alexander picks up his royal insignia ring from the beach. Without a ship, Alexander has no need for a ship's wheel. Alexander pushes the plank to one side. A box has been partially buried under sand.
It's this Thursday. Okay. All right. Ugh. Oh, it's in here.
There's nothing of interest in that part of the box.
Oh my God, with this thing. Oh, yeah, there's something right there.
Alexander takes the coin and leaves the ruined box where it is.
Okay. Now let's go to the castle.
Alexander sees nothing of interest there.
Oh my goodness. Let's go to the castle.
There's a little hut just off the path. Perhaps the guard dogs have an occasional use for it, but it looks empty now. The path from the crossroads continues north to the castle doors. A branch of the path leads off to the northwest, as though going around the castle.
All right, good night, Taz. Thanks for swinging by.
Formal hedges and bushes provide dramatic landscaping for the castle. The castle appears to be of Moorish architecture. Its marbled walls and delicate inlaid mosaics are unlike anything Alexander has ever experienced before. His own home, though lovely and dear to his heart, seems rough-hewn compared to this delicate beauty. Two guards take their stance in front of the castle doors. They look quite fierce and have the stiff, blank expression of soldiers on formal duty. The castle doors are firmly shut and bolted. The little hut is empty. The guards of the castle gate look like efficient fighters, and there are doubtless more of them inside. Alexander decides not to try to force his way in.
Excuse me, guardsmen, guard dogs. I've been traveling for months to see Princess Cassima. I would like an audience, please.
I'm sorry, but the princess is not receiving visitors, particularly not strangers.
But I am no stranger.
Alexander decides to show his royal insignia ring to the Castle of the Crown Guards. With all of his papers lost in the shipwreck, it is the only possible calling card he can think of.
Good day. I'm Prince Alexander of Daventry. I'm an acquaintance of Princess Cosima. If you could just inform her that I'm here, please.
So everyone says. Let me just look at that ring. What does it say, Gruff? Kingdom of Daventry, Prince Alexander. Wait here while I go see what Captain Saladin thinks of this.
Saladin, huh?
The guard returns a moment later with a majestic-looking creature. Captain Saladin speaks with a voice that is gentle, but reflects a will of iron.
Prince Alexander of Daventry, I presume. I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with your country, but I'm sure Vizier Alhazred will want to meet you, if indeed you are a friend of the princess. Please,
Indeed I
follow
am.
me.
Indeed I am.
Lord Alhazred, a visitor to see you. Prince Alexander of Daventry.
What is it that you seek, Prince Alexander?
Pardon the intrusion, my lord, but I came to see Princess Cosima. Some months ago, my father, King Graham, saved my family and I from imprisonment under an evil wizard named Mordak.
The same wizard that kidnapped the princess?
Exactly. When my father rescued us, he also liberated Cosima and sent her home.
Then your father has my gratitude, and that of the entire kingdom. But I'm afraid I still fail to see the purpose of your visit.
Well, I came to make sure that Cosima arrived safely and to pay my respects. Before we parted, she gave me an invitation to visit.
I have no doubt she did exactly that at the time, Prince Alexander. However, things have greatly changed for Cosima since her ordeal in Mordak's castle. Cosima's parents both became ill and died while she was gone. Cosima is sequestered in mourning for them as befits a princess. She is not receiving visitors of any kind. Even if she were, I do not think your visit would be appropriate. You see, it is time for Cosima to take her responsibilities seriously. With her parents gone, she no longer has the luxury to be a carefree maiden. As was her parents' wish, Cosima and I are to be wed. We shall rule the kingdom together. I assure you, our marriage is all Cosima wants now. As a prince and a gentleman, it would be best that you leave before there is any further embarrassment.
Really?
I see. I suppose that I was mistaken. I thought for certain that Cosima... Well, I apologize.
A young man sees what he wishes to see. I'm sorry you've wasted your time traveling to the land of the Green Isles. May your journey home be swift.
Perhaps I will take the opportunity to look around your fair land while I'm here.
I would advise against that. The kingdom is rather, shall we say, inhospitable these days. But it is your neck. You may risk it if you please. Captain Saladin will escort you from the castle. Good day.
Well, that didn't end well.
You have had your hearing with Vizier Alhazred. I trust you'll respect his wishes and not return. I have been instructed not to let you into the castle again. Good day, my lord.
Captain
rude.
Saladin whispers something to the guard dogs at the castle gate, and they nod with understanding. Alexander has a feeling they won't be letting him into the castle again. Alexander has a love poem from a book in the bookshop.
Well, there's still that other part of town, so let's go check that out. See anything lying about here? Okay. Nothing glinting anyway.
Shadows of the house lay across the dusty path between the village and the sea. The house is made of stucco in an architectural style native to the island. It is apparently quite old since climbing vines embrace its exterior. Rocks abound on this lush volcanic isle. There's a young girl in the yard. The girl is dressed in a long, plain orange robe with a thick headdress. From the appearance of her clothes and from a skittish, fearful look about her, Alexander gets the strong impression that she is a servant, or even worse, a slave. The serving girl appears to be stealing a quiet moment tending the rose bushes.
You lazy thing! Get back to work and stay away from those roses! I've told you 1,000,000 times, those flowers are too sweet for the likes of you! You've
How
still got
rude.
to do the breakfast dishes, make lunch, and clean the stables yet this morning! And get your veil back on! No one wants to look at your face!
Jesus.
Yes, stepmother.
Alexander is standing on a dirt street. Rocks abound on this lush volcanic isle. Palm trees, as graceful as gazelles, wave in the warm tropical breeze.
Looks like there's something here. Let me see what these are.
There's nothing to do there.
Okay.
Alexander doesn't want to intrude on private property unless he's been invited.
Really?
The pot cannot be reached by Alexander.
Alright, well, I guess so much for that idea.
Hey, stranger, come join me. The water is wonderful, and I can show you the way to the next island. Come on, jump in. A little water won't hurt you.
A decrepit pier juts out into the sea. A young boy is happily swimming in the sea off the docks.
What are you waiting for? I said I'd show you how to get to the next island, didn't I?
A worn wooden vessel has been dry docked on a jetty. The boat is in sad shape. A hole in the hull and the condition of its boards make it obvious that the vessel is no longer seaworthy. Alexander is standing at the island's docks. Both the pier and the only boat in sight are in sad repair.
Oh!
That's strange. The young boy in the water just disappeared. Oh well, perhaps he just dove under the water.
I was about to go dive right in. Detail. Let's go detail. Thank you. Okay.
The waters in this cove appear calm, but there's a dimpling pattern to the surface which indicates an undertow. Considering the poor condition of the shore, it looks like the easiest way to get into the water is just to jump off the pier. The powerful currents grab Alexander. Struggle as he might, he feels himself being pulled out to sea.
Oh no!
The currents around the island pull Alexander under. As Alexander struggles to the surface for the third and last time, he finds himself wishing he'd paid more attention to the warning signs of an undertow.
Tickets. Oh. Next.
Nothing like getting swept off your feet. That's strange. The young boy in the water just disappeared. Oh well, perhaps he just dove under the water. That boat is not going anywhere.
Yeah, what do you want?
Ah, oh, I thought, all right, let's talk.
Alexander promises himself that he will not go home until he has determined what Casima's feelings are for him, and if she needs his help. Alexander is greeted with silence.
Go away! The ferry's out of business!
What? Okay.
Alexander promises himself. The rope is slacking off and refuses to comment. Alexander's voice gets tossed around by the waves and is drowned out. Alexander feels his pockets carefully to make sure he hasn't lost. That boat is not going anywhere.
I said the ferry's out of business. What do you want to keep bothering me for?
Alexander promises.
Excuse me. My name is Alexander. The owner of the bookshop in the village told me you might be able to help me. I hear you used to run this ferry for the islands. I'd like to talk to you if you have a moment.
You say old Allie sent you?
Yes.
I can't see why. The ferry's not running, you know.
I understand. I'd just like to talk to you about the islands if you don't mind.
Well, I guess it'd be all right if Allie sent you.
Well, don't just stand there. Come on inside. What is it you wanted to talk about, young man?
There's a rabbit's foot on the table. It seems the ferryman is counting on a little luck. Several oil lamps are strategically placed around the boat's cabin to illuminate the island's dark nights. Alexander is sitting inside the ferry's cabin. The place displays the neatness of a seaman and the sparseness of a bachelor. There are few frills and comforts in the rough wooden environment, but the sunlight shines cheerily on the oaken beams, and the portholes admit a pleasant breeze.
I'm a visitor to these islands. I'd like to learn what I can about the area.
So you said outside. What is it you want to know?
Well, for one thing, why has the island's only ferry been dry docked?
Huh. It just ain't safe to sail these days. What with the islands feuding and all. Wazir Al-Hazred ordered the ferry closed till things settled down. Me, I don't think she'll ever see water again.
But why are the islands feuding?
You got me. Something about stolen property or some such thing. 'Tis a real shame. Things used to be so friendly.
Then this unrest is recent.
A few years is all, but it's been long enough.
Perhaps if the ferry were repaired.
This old thing? This ferry's been out of water so long she's no longer even seaworthy. Her boards have dry rot. She'd fall apart at the first taste of seawater.
But there must be some way to get off this island.
There's only one other way to travel that I know of. A magic map. The owner of the pawn shop can tell you more about that than I can, Alexander.
Aha! Okay.
The lamps chose not to illuminate Alexander.
I see you have a rabbit's foot. Has it brought you much luck?
As you can see, my luck's been out for some time now, despite that old charm. Why don't you take it with you? Perhaps giving the darn thing away will bring me good fortune at last.
Maybe.
Perhaps it will at that. Thank you. Well, I think I'll be going now. Thanks for allowing me into your home.
Posh, not at all. It breaks the boredom, if you know what I mean.
Alexander sees nothing of interest there.
Back to town. They head back to town, and that'll have to be it. We'll have to get the magic map another time. Perhaps one day when we actually play through the entirety of these games, eh? All right, excellent. All right, let's go ahead and save. And I'll say thank you for watching day 56 of 100 Days of Gaming, everyone. Thanks for swinging by, Taz. Much appreciated. Thank you to all
Old
the
lamps
lurkers.
for new.
Oh, shut up. Thank you for all the lurkers out there. Thank you for joining me today.
Taking off your adventurer's cap so soon.
Yes. Much, much appreciated. Oh, let's do this. Don't forget, we are doing this to raise money for the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Every single dollar makes a difference. Every single dollar helps sick kids get better. Please consider just donating $1 for today's episode of 100 Days Gaming featuring King's Quest 6 Heir today, gone tomorrow. Just $1 can really make a difference in the life of a child of the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. You can donate safely, securely, and anonymously, and every single penny of what we receive in donations goes to the hospital, goes to helping sick kids get better. $200 in. Ultimate goal is $1,000. Help us bump up that initial step goal there. We only need $50 more, and then we can bump that step goal up to the next level. Meantime, thanks for watching, everyone. I am BJ Weiler. Until tomorrow, where we wrap up the King's Quest Adventure miniseries with King's Quest 7. I will see you in game. Everybody have a fun and wonderful week.